In this video, we're going to look at Bitcoin and how it's been tracking not only in this cycle, but compared to past cycles. And I'll give you a very big secret on how to look at Bitcoin's price reality and when the bull market could officially top out. It's really exciting stuff. Let's run the numbers. Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS and the CTKS Method. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back CTKS family. My goal is to give you an edge inside financial markets to help you to be more of a financial and emotional blessing to yourself and those you love. To do that, we look at structure, and I'll give you insights that you won't find anywhere else on YouTube. If that sounds good to you, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss a single video. So what we're going to do in this video is to look at projections for the end of the bull run. There's a lot of things that you need to keep on your radar. Of course, the other thing to just bear in mind, everything is structure. When we look at the structural levels on Bitcoin, and don't forget structure hasn't ticked over yet, it does so in US time. It is literally around that 109 area. And what we saw is a big push up, and we saw this in yesterday's video, a big push up into this Bitcoin resistance, and then the market faded. Let's zoom out to the start of 2025 when we're looking at Bitcoin, so we can see that the market is so far just in a downtrend. It's been correcting. Now, this is quite constructive price behavior. If we can manage to get above that 109, that's looking really good. We haven't confirmed any kind of breakout just yet. In fact, we're literally at resistance. From a retail perspective, that was on the daily basis. If we zoom out to the weekly basis, what do we notice here? Well, Bitcoin is in an uptrend and it's doing fairly well. It's fairly healthy at the current time. Now, what does that actually tell us? We have upwards positive momentum. We know the markets are coming into VIX support at the current time, and if you look at it, the crypto market has been kind of flatlining for quite a number of weeks. If I pop a daily moving average across here, which is the 200, the 100, the 50, 26 and 12, we can see that we're above the 200 period moving average, above the 100 period moving average as well. I'll just zoom in there. What we're doing here is looking at the daily moving average on the weekly candlestick charts. So we can see that there's quite a bit of upward momentum in terms of these moving averages. Because we look through all markets and we understand price behavior, anything above the 94,000 is still actually considered a bull trend. If I pop back to the daily basis, we can see we've got fairly constructive price action in terms of what retail will be assessing. One useful thing is to look at past cycles and see how we're tracking inside the current price action. So when we do so, let's just overlay what the 2012, 2020 and 2016 cycle have been doing. You can see that they're all up quite a way away from where we are sitting now. And what does that mean for us? Well, things have been relatively suppressed. If you think about the 2012 cycle, that really took off, but Bitcoin was very small then. And of course, the crypto market was as well. And if we just look at these dates from the halving, and going forward, we would anticipate that any exponential price action, if it does eventuate, and there are a number of macro factors that we just have to keep on the radar. But in the absence of anything like that, we do assume an upward bias. Things are still on track for us to go higher and potentially reach the end of the bull run between the 25th of September 2025 and the 25th of October 2025. What does this mean specifically about structure? If we can't get above this 109 area, if Bitcoin can't take out this structural resistance, it means that we're not going higher. Therefore, you can look at any financial projection that you like, but if we don't get through structure, it is a no-brainer. We just don't get through it. And structure is incredibly valuable and incredibly powerful. Right up here, there was so much sell-side structure inside Bitcoin, it caused this fade out. Therefore, the most important thing are not stories. Stories are great for bedtime reading to children. When it comes to stories in financial markets, a story could obliterate you. That's why we look at structure. Therefore, to get above the 109 is the first thing that Bitcoin needs to do on its way to any bull run. Keep your eyes on the structure, the intercorrelation, interdependence, and all of that chart reading. Price reality will reveal itself to you. The other day, the largest single liquidation order on Bitcoin was for $93.11 million. This means that someone was liquidated $93 million. Now, what direction was that? When we look at Bitcoin, we can see this is shorting. So he was shorting Bitcoin, and he made up the majority of that $120 million of total short liquidations. Knowing structural support and structural resistance is really, really important. If you're going long or short, it doesn't matter. You still need to know it. And if we look in the past 24 hours, 93,400 positions have been liquidated, and the largest one was on Bitcoin for $12.2 million. And it's pretty obvious that they were going short. Looking at liquidations on Bitcoin across the 24-hour period, we can see there's a lot of liquidations up around the 109,500 mark and a little bit lower around the 106,500. If you change this, all of these liquidation levels will change. So the issue is to get a little bit of a feeling across all the different levels as to what their aggregated impact could be. So we can see basically there's a little bit of a range that we're just floating in now, and we've seen that for quite some time. But when we get to higher levels or longer periods of duration, we're starting to see that 109 might get into play again. A lot of people talk about liquidity grabs. These are levels where the big institutions grab liquidity from the market, and this is pretty normal stuff. So we can see that there is the possibility to grind higher within the next 24 hours to 48 hours. The really interesting thing, please let me know your thoughts. Do you think Bitcoin is going higher? Do you think the bull run is continuing on, or do you think something else? I'm very much looking forward to your thoughts in the comments. Have a great day or night ahead, my friends, and Kate and I look forward to catching up with you again in the next video. Bye for now.